Okay, YouTube, so this is another video, bit of an update on my knife collection. So, you seen I bought the Condor knife, I think it was, a few months back at the Bushcraft show. So, used it a couple of times, not much, but I done some, in one of the previous videos you'll see, we built a fire pit, and then when we were on the camp out where we used the military hot tent, and the blade of the knife started beveling, putting little bevels in it already, and we hadn't used it that much, so I wasn't really happy with it. I still will be using it. It's a nice knife, feels nice in the hand, but I wasn't really happy with the quality of the steel. So I was looking on other knives and stuff like that, and then I was watching some of Survival Lilly's videos, and I seen her knife, and then I put in on YouTube reviews on the Survival Lilly knife, and everybody was saying how rugged, how good it was. I actually seen one in person when I was at the Bug Out UK meetup, Patreon meetup, a few months ago as well, so I knew it was a good knife. So I went on the website and had a look. So the price for the knife is £120, I think, or is it? It might be euros. It works out in English, it's £120 for the knife. So with the postage, it comes to 130 or 135 with the postage into the UK. But at the moment, she's doing a promotion where if you buy the sharpener, so if you get the knife sharpener, if you put the knife sharpener in your basket and then put in the promotion code sharpener, you get the knife sharpener for free, which I think is really good. So the knife, I ordered the knife on the Saturday evening, and by the Tuesday, so yesterday it turned up, so by the Tuesday my knife turned up. So Saturday evening, and it arrived Tuesday from Austria, which I think is really good. Getting it straight out to the customers, which is what you want. You don't want to order a knife and be waiting 6 to 8 weeks for it to come. It come, opened it up, no damage to the parcel. The parcel company that she uses keeps you up to date, tells you exactly when it's going to be there, where it is in transit and stuff like that. So I was really happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to show you the knife now. So this is, you've probably all seen it before, this is the Survival Lilly knife. Okay, it comes in a Kydex sheath. This is the AP01. Okay, so the AP01 knife, it comes in the black Kydex sheath. Nice belt loop on the side. It also has poppers and velcro for if you want to put it on after you've put your belt on, and it also has a nice popper system on the top to keep the knife secure to your leg. With the Kydex sheath though, you can give it a good shake and the knife isn't going anywhere. Okay, so it does have some nice retention. Give it a little pull and it just slides out. Okay, so this is the knife. The bottom of it, it's got a pummel on the bottom, a nice pummel for breaking smaller objects, shells open, opening nuts or any wild fruit or anything like that you find. I will be putting a bit of a lanyard on the bottom just for an easy grab access. But as you can see, look how thick the back of the blade is. Okay, so the blade's ridiculously thick, and it is a full tang knife. So that means, full tang means that the blade and the metal of the blade continues all the way through to the handle, so there's no risk of snapping it. On the back, it's got the little indentations, if you can just see, on the back, for when you're doing that finer work around camp, you can really choke up on it and put some pressure on for if you're carving sticks, making traps, snares, you're making a pot hanger, stuff like that. You can really choke up on it and use the indentations as a grip. It's got a nice little green detailing all around the handle, if you can just see the green detailing if it comes out in the camera. So, and it comes stupidly sharp. So when I got it, it comes stupidly sharp out the box. So I'm really happy with that. I will be doing more videos on me really putting it to the test, battening down on it and stuff like that, so you can see it in use. Because this will now be my everyday bushcraft knife. So whenever I'm doing bushcraft, this is going to be the knife that comes with me. So what else you got with it, which I thought was really nice? So as I say, you got the knife sharpener. If you put the discount code in, discount code sharpener, and that gives you a free knife sharpener as long as you put it in your basket. But you'd also get this little survival box, the AOP1 survival box, or APO, sorry. And it's a little survival box, so you'd open it up, and it's a little waterproof box. It does have a little waterproof seal that runs around the inside of it, and it's got this like polystyrene foam stuff, not polystyrene, sorry, like this foam sponge inside it. So if you make yourself a little survival kit to go in like a little grab bag that's in your car or whatever vehicle you have, it's really nice. But it also, so inside that, it come with a little mini flashlight that takes a pencil battery. I haven't put a pencil battery in it yet, but it takes a pencil battery. It's got a little clip on the side of it, so you can keep it in your pocket or on the tops, on one of the shoulder straps on your bag, something like that. So that's a cool little item. It also comes with this button compass, as you can see, just a little mini button compass that'll probably stay in it. It also comes with one of those wire wood saws, so the little wire saws, finger in that end or a stick in either end, and you just rub it against the branch and it should cut through the branches, which I think is really good. And it seems to be made quite well. I've had a couple of these and they've been really cheap, but this one seems to be made very well, just like the knife. And then you'd also get this little fold out multi-tool, so it's got like a little spanner section on one side. It's got what looks like a bottle opener, and then just a little cutting blade just there. So that come with it, and I didn't know you were going to get that free gift. I think it's really good, especially for the money. As I say, I think the whole thing cost me like £130 or £135 delivered to the UK. You buy a custom knife and £200 plus. This rivals most of them, I think, personally. But I haven't really owned a custom knife. I've only ever seen them, so that's just my opinion. Don't quote me on that, because I've never had to put a custom knife through its paces. And then you'd also get the little sharpener. So you get it's called the APO1 sharpener as well. And all you do, you put that into your basket on the Survival Lilly website, and then you put in sharpener on the discount section of it, and you receive a free sharpening stone. So this is the sharpening stone. It's like a nice fine one, so it'll just keep your knife maintained when you're out and about in the field, stuff like that. I think it's a really good idea. So the only other thing that I find at the minute I'm going to miss with using this knife is there's nowhere to put a ferrocerium rod. On my sheath on my other knife, there's a section just there the ferrocerium rod will slide into. So I'm was a little bit not gutted, but I needed to come up with some way of putting a ferrocerium rod on it. So one idea I come up with was using some old bicycle inner tube and putting it on it to keep it in. But then I thought to myself, that's a two-handed job to put it away. So I seen a couple of videos on YouTube on how to customize Kydex knife sheaths. So one guy I seen, he was using M40 grenade pouches, I think it was. So I went on to eBay and I managed to pick up this. This is an M40, I think it was, Condor grenade pouch. So I'll open it up. It's only shallow, but it's quite wide. But all I'm going to keep in here is a ferrocerium rod, because if you look inside, I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, there is a little section just here that you can slide your ferrocerium rod into. So I'm going to customize it so it just pops out the bottom, so when it's folded over it'll keep it all in place and won't rattle anywhere. So the idea and thoughts behind this is, when we were building our fire pit the other weekend, no one brought any fire lighting equipment with us. All we had was a chunk of fat wood, a knife and a ferrocerium rod. We managed to get the fire going, but it was a bit more difficult. It was a bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pouch now as a little fire starting pouch. So there's going to be some cuttings of fat wood. So when a feather sticking fat wood stick, I'll take the feathers off and put it into like a waterproof bag, and I'll do some other shavings, some very fine shavings like sawdust size, into a bag as well. I'll keep some cotton wool in there, doused in Vaseline. I'll also be keeping some birch bark and stuff like that in there. So that's what that's going to be for. So whenever I pick my knife up, I know I've always got a fire lighting kit on it. So what I'm going to do is, this is Molly on the back of this pouch. So as you can see, just clips off, and it is Molly. If anyone knows what Molly is, it's a way of attaching pouches or bags together, or pouches to bags, and it makes a very modular system. Obviously the knife doesn't come with any Molly adapters on it, but what I'm going to use some 550 paracord to make the Molly adapters for the knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around the knife, then I'm going to wrap it around this, and then I will thread that through, so on. If you know what, you'll see in the video as I go on, and I'll show you. Also, having the 550 paracord on there, this is a survival knife, so having the 550 paracord already on my knife is going to be really good. If I ever needed the paracord in an emergency, I can just untie the knot, unravel it, and then I've got a couple of foot of 550 paracord, as well as my fire lighting kit, ferrocerium rod, and I'll have my survival knife. So everything be a nice little survival kit, just in the knife on the belt, on the belt of my pants. So I think this is going to be a really good addition to my bushcraft kit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set the camera up just behind me on the desk, and I'm going to show you how I am attaching the 550 paracord, and Condor grenade pouch to the knife. I hope you are enjoying these videos, okay? I know I'm Panda Outdoors and I'm doing this indoors, but something like this I need to do on a desk anyway. And the review videos, I like to just, when I get the kit, get them out there to you. Hopefully I will get more of a studio set up. I have a bit of a workshop now, where we work on the Jeeps and the 4x4, so I'm going to set up a desk in there to be doing these kind of builds and projects. So it'll be a little bit better than just doing it in the corner of my bedroom that I use as an office as well. But again, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe and click the icon, the little bell icon, and click on all notifications, and it will tell you when I've got new videos coming out. As well, I'm going to try and do a lot more this year, getting out more and testing out new kit. So I hope you are enjoying these little review videos, especially the ones where me, Andy and Brownie are all reviewing something. As I say, we all pretty much we do the same hobbies and we run similar kit, but we all have different taste in what we want to buy. As you've seen, my chair was budget, Brownie's chair was more expensive. Now out of the three of us, I've got the most expensive knife, Andy's got the budget knife. So what we'll do, I'll do a review where I put all of these knives to the test, how they feel and stuff like that in the hand. So again, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe. I'll bring you back in a second when I'm just setting up the Molly setup on the new knife. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've removed the knife just for safety. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Kydex sheath. As you can see, it's got all little holes and cutouts. Okay, so I'm going to use these holes and cutouts to make the Molly system for the knife. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to thread it through this first eyelet and just knot it off, so that it's going to be knotted at the back, so it's got some sort of tension and rigidity as I'm threading it all through. Okay, so I've just had to bend that out the way slightly. So all I'm going to do, just a little overhand knot. Just a normal little knot, just like that, as you can see. And all I'm going to do, pull that in. Okay, so as you can see now, I've locked that into place just in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it round. I think I've cut off a little bit too much paracord, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Okay, so now I'm just going to thread that just through that part of the knife. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to pull it through. You can see. Sorry if the camera skills are a bit bad. I've never done one of these videos before, so it's a bit new to me recording like this. Okay, just make sure it's not all tangled up. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it through so it's not. So now you can see it's all pulled through just like that. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring over my condor pouch and I will just thread one side through, thread the other side through, just like that. Okay, so as you can see now, what I'm gonna do is pull this nice and tight. That is pulled nice and tight, and then all I'm going to do, I'm going to wind down to there, and then I'm going to thread it through just like that. So I'll wrap it all up so it's kept nice and tight to the knife. Once I get to this part, I will then pass that back through on itself. So what I'll do is I'll put you on a bit of a time lapse so you can watch me doing it in quick time. Saves you watching me waffle on. Okay folks, so that was the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Video was on a bit of a time lapse because nobody wanted to see me just weaving the paracord around the knife. But if you've got any questions, drop me a message on Instagram or drop me a comment, and what I'll do is I'll do an actual slow video of me just threading the knife and I'll send you it personally if you're unsure what to do. Okay, so this is what the knife looks like now. So there's the pouch on the side of the knife, and all I've done is I weaved the paracord around it so the molly could clip into it just like that. So just something a little bit different, and just showing you how to customize the Survival Lilly Kydex sheath. So I think this is going to be really good, especially when I'm out and I've just gone down a bushcraft camp just to do a few little chores or whatever, and I haven't got my full kit with me. At least I know I can always make a fire because I'll have a permanent fire kit on my knife. So the things that I used to do this was I needed a cutting tool. So I used the Survival Lilly knife, as you've seen. Some 550 paracord. I buy this in the rolls. It works out a lot cheaper. So this is 3mm and it's 100 meters of 550 paracord. It's only a cheap brand. Combat UK. They make like any in the military have. These will do some sort of copy of it. Really good, and they're good for the price. I say I got this for, I think it's like £9 a roll or something from Military Mart, Ormskirk Military Mart, where I normally go. But when we were at the bushcraft show, they were knocking these out at £3 a roll. But I had loads. I know Andy and Rani, they both bought some when we were at the bushcraft show. And also, what you'll need is a lighter. Okay, so all a lighter's for is when you cut the paracord, it'll start to fray. If you just melt it a little bit with a lighter, stops the fraying. Wet your fingers and dab it out, and it goes like a plasticky when it's melted, and it'll stop it from fraying. So that's all you need. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'm looking forward to get out and using the Survival Lilly knife. up to now, I can't fault it. I haven't really had a good chance of using it yet, but the build quality, how it feels in my hand, feels great. As I say, one of the other lads I know, Luke, he's also got one. He said it's really good, and all the reviews I've seen on YouTube have said how good it is. So I'm going to be putting this through its paces, and I know for a fact it's going to stand up more than the Condor knife. Condor knife is still a good knife, just I think for me it would need a little bit too much maintenance for me if it was beveling after me first 2 camps. I think I needed something a little bit more that can stand up to the beating I'm going to put it through. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of this in my videos, especially on the upcoming bushcraft camp I'm going to be building down at the Permission. Again, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe and click the icon bell, and it'll give you a notification every time I drop a video. Also, if this is helpful to anybody looking for a survival Lilly knife or looking at purchasing a new bushcraft or new survival knife, please drop this video into any of the relevant groups that you think it could be helpful in. I've been Panda, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you outdoors sometime. Take care now.